Om Shanti. Hello everyone. Welcome to KHA Homeopathy Study Group webinars that provides continuing educational credits. On May 28th, we had a wonderful meditation session by Dr. Nancy Gass, and Kim Elia from Whole Health Now has spoken about JHC 2020 Virtual Global Summit. An amazing webinar. Today, May 30th, 2020, and our topic is Reiki in hospitals and clinical practices. Our honorable guest speaker for today's webinar is Professor Regina Rianelli, a University professor, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, South America. And she has completed Reiki Masters in 2002, Estacio De Sa University, New Technology in Medications, Masters in Sciences 2006, doctoral student at Lusiada University in Portugal 2016 up to present day, a social homeopathy program organizer, along with Dr. Lêda Ohana MD, to attend the West Zone of Rio de Janeiro as pro-bono activity, while giving for free each homeopathy medication to every client. We also have Dr. Nikhil Kamble, homeopath, energy medicine practitioner, will also join us today sharing his experience. This is Kavita Kokunur, President and CEO of Kavita Holistic Approach. I am a homeopath and also a outreach coordinator at CHC PR Committee. I am from Michigan, USA. I am a member of Kevin Friendly Foundation, non-profit organization that helps to serve poor people in greater needs in India. We have a wonderful educational webinar carefully prepared for you. Please send your questions in the chat and they will be answered after Professor Regina's presentation. This webinar is moderated by KHA Homeopathy Study Group team, Dr. Sweta, Dr. Deepak Sharma, Dr. Nikhil Kamble, and Professor Regina. This webinar is for educational purposes only and it is being recorded as we speak. In order to receive continuing educational certificate, you will need to fill the chart form which is going to be provided in the chat. Also, CHC job analysis survey will be provided to get the 1 CHC credit and also NASH credit. Kindly mute your microphone and turn off your video for now, and you will be instructed to further turn on. Thank you for your attention, and you can place your questions at the end. Let us welcome Professor Regina.
Okay. Namaskar. Thank you for having me, Dr. Kavita, and all presents at the webinar. We are today talking about Reiki in hospitals, facilities, and clinical practice. Dr. Mikao Uzui is a Japanese, and he started it all. So here we go. I'm having also my friend since year 2004 that has helped on my dissertation of my master's course, Dr. Nikhil Kamble, to also help us in the questions and whatever he may have of his energy medicine and homeopathic expertise. This is myself and Dr. Lêda Ohana at the Petropolis Free Clinic, and we are along, we mostly do pro bono because we visit the slums and also have homeless people in the free clinics. That's why we give them the medication as well as their personal hygiene items in every clinic because they need those. And I also work as peer review editor in magazines and 3 international congresses. I appreciate this presentation. I thank Dr. Rahul Jain and Dr. John Kabat-Zinn. He's a PhD of the Mindfulness Center of Medicine in the UCLA because they both inspired this presentation. This is Dr. Nikhil. He's a very experienced homeopath, and he's has worked with the Vaijasa Charitable Clinic for 9 years, and he handles his own practice in Mumbai, and he is keen in materia médica, repertory, philosophy, and energy medicine. He is also an NLP practitioner and hypnotherapist. He's a very good soul and very knowledgeable person. He'll help us all the way. These are our topics. What's Reiki, the history of Reiki, how Reiki works, the chakras or nadis, the levels of Reiki training or healing, the experiencing Reiki energy itself, how Reiki helps in hospital and clinical environments, and the attunement process using Reiki healing for humanity, and the code of ethics we all have. Reiki is a form of spiritual healing and bioenergy, and its practice used to treat physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual diseases. The practitioners use a technique similar to laying hands, and it's, as we call, Ki, universal energy, and Reil, flowing through the palms of the hand of the person, whatever they need healing. Reiki can be used to treat people, animals, plants, environments. As I formerly said, Reiki, two Japanese words, Rei and Ki. Rei means universal and Ki means energy. So Reiki means universal energy, this vital force that permeates the whole universe and our beings. The synonyms of Ki: Chi in China, Prana in India, Ka in Egypt, the Holy Ghost on the Bible, organ by Dr. William Reich, pneuma is the word in Greek. And it deals with all these items: the fire, the earth, the metal, water, the woods, the yin yang. It leads to benefits of acupuncture, hatha, kriya, nidra, kundalini yoga, homeopathy, qigong, and other types of energy medicine. Reiki energy gives us that extra stamina we need to boost our days. Boost also immune systems, improves functioning of endocrine systems, toxins are released, like swept out of the bodies. Highly successful in dealing with aches and pains, headaches, backaches, arthritic pains, personal injuries. Reiki applied, fixed. Biopsies are avoided. It's used in hospitals in pain reduction, side effect of drugs, and specifically, we have also drug reduction, that rush that people, heavy duty drugs abusers have. If you apply Reiki on them, they diminish their eagerness to have another one. Reiki is a system of still touch. Originated in Japan from Dr. Mikao Usui, and the word Reiki, as I said, universal life energy. Reiki is a system of still touch, not massage. When applied to the body, starts a process of relaxation that leads to harmony and balance. What's a Reiki section? It's 1 hour. Some people have 5 minutes Reiki, 10 minutes Reiki. It depends on your timing. But if you tune in the energy and all the nadis, will get the benefit of this flow. It's about 12 or 16 hand positions: head, front torso, back, legs, the knees, the feet. You see all details on these hand positions in Reiki Nu in this website. And also UCLAhealth.org, mark Mindful Awareness Research Center, that started practicing Reiki since year 1998. It's used as a complementary modality, emotional support and balancing. Reiki is used as a supportive treatment and taught to clients to improve their self-care. Reiki requires no technology at all, and many of its practitioners offer Reiki for free. Reiki is therefore a very good way to improve care while cutting off costs. It started in 2004. UCLA had a card for 6 months period treatment. In 2004 to 2005, the volunteer program began slowly, then fully approved as part of the Optimal Healing Initiative. A survey conducted indicates 1.2 million adults and 161,000 children in the US received one or more energy healings a semester, provided for patients, family, and staff. They even have a hotline. And this twitter.com iStatus 12 61 11 17 13 48 61 78 305. Kindly mute your microphone, please. Thank you very much. This has a nice video. How does Reiki works? Unknown. What is going on? Apparently it has a stabilizing influence. I apologize for these red marks, but somebody invaded my IP address, I guess. Unknown, but it has a stabilizing influence. It encourages balance, resets the resting tone as the NAS, this neurosympathetic and parasympathetic systems, enhance immune functioning. So what we do know is that patients improve their sleep pattern by 86%, reduce their pain by 78%, reduce their nausea by 80%, and reduce their anxiety during pregnancy by 94%. We begin really the details of Reiki in clinical practice in hospitals. The growing use of Reiki in clinics supports the delivery of conventional medicine. Center for Reiki Research.org, tracking the use of Reiki in hospitals, medical clinics, and hospice programs with great success. In the planning phase of efficacy of Reiki studies, these are observed: reduces the stress, decreases the need for pain, medication. Kindly, Nupur, mute your microphone, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Improves sleep and appetite, accelerates the healing process, reduces many of the unwanted side effects of radiation and drugs, including chemotherapy. I myself have been treating lung cancer with metastasis for 11 years now. And my oncologist, Dr. Paulo Cesar Fructuoso, told I have 4 to 5 months tops to live in year 2008 in July. These are the group of medicines practitioners, medical doctors, nurses, physicians. They're all gathering for a prayer before they start the Reiki. This is Reiki being applied, and we tune in with higher universal energies. More than 60 United States hospitals have adopted Reiki as part of patient services, according to UCLA study. And Reiki education is offered at 800 hospitals. This is the Washington Post. This is the Medicine Buddha. Can Reiki help speed healing after surgery? That's our question. And the answer is a big yes. This is an operational room, and there is a Reiki practitioner offering their vibes to the ones that are right there in the operation. We are little children. holding on to the universe laws of better, fluid, clean energy. The result of that are the happy staff and the ailments for the patient's illness. This is another person applying Reiki. You don't need to touch, just above 2 inches. Reiki therapy, you see the group, a lot of people there. And here you go. Of course, we don't see with our physical eyes the energy flowing from the hands, but they do go like what the picture is showing. It enters the body and leaves these ailments and wellness and reduces stress, and most equilibrium is found. Here are 2 chemotherapy patients, and the Reiki is being applied to each one of them, and the results is it lessens their quality of life, and they stay here for a longer period of time. Yes, we're talking about energy. Another teen with chemotherapy has been received Reiki. You see, they don't put the hands on the genitals. It's just slightly above, and you still feel the tingling on your hands and the heat, and the client will also have a feeling of this energy coming into that specific area. It is sacred, but it's not a religion. Although it has the ethics and the needs of your offering your best, you being your best today than yesterday, and tomorrow better than today. Dr. Oz, he has embraced the healing powers of Reiki. This is another emergency room, a surgery, and people applying Reiki on the one that was going to suffer a surgery. Dr. Oz says, try Reiki, check your blood pressure, it stabilizes and boosts your metabolism. Julie Motz has been helping Dr. Mehmet Oz at the Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center in New York City. And if you may all know Dr. Oz, he's a cardiothoracic surgeon, very famous. He's a friend of many artists, as well as Oprah Winfrey. You don't need to be playing red dots in here to show your presence. Thank you, but this is an educational purpose. You don't need to invade my computer, okay? Thank you. Reiki has become a sought-after healing art among patients and mainstream medical professionals. This is a painting of mine. I gave it to OBGYN, Dr. Kuri, and he's also an acupuncturist. I put the Reiki doshas and how the energy flows and the neuronium and the DNA that can be altered by healing. Thank you for not interference in the presentation. Dr. Mas has been used the energy as techniques with the patients in the operating room. She makes a point of communication, caring feelings, and positive thoughts to the patients, and has given grants to work with mastectomy patients in particular. These are the movements you learn to do with your hands when you're applying to a certain case. It's the elevation of frequency that's causing the body to experience a biological upgrade. It's a phrase by Dr. Joe Dispenza. This is Ivaldo da Hora. He's also a homeopath like us, and he applies semi-precious and precious stones on the nadis while he applies Reiki. He lives in Curitiba in the south of Brazil, and he had a dream one day. He was channeled by Archangel Michael. So while he does the Reiki, mentally he does this kind of chant. Michael, 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 Prince of the Archangels, from thy heavenly legions, sent forth to set us free. for thy heavenly presence. All on earth adore thee, Lord, from the sun and all the name implies. Michael, 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 may the guardian angels from thy heavenly legions send forth to set us free. Purify, illumine, manifest the glory of God's creation, that each one may be. So this is why you tune in, your mind goes, and you channel energy of superior powers that helps you in the healing itself. Of course, magical Reiki works. That's why we are all here, aren't we? So again, we see the Reiki practitioner not touching the client, just a little inch above, and still doing the Reiki form attuning from high above. Here we are presenting our Reiki session. It's all with love, from the heart to another heart. We are all one. We live in one planet. And then through this healing power of Reiki, other people call bioenergy, we apply and we help each others, because we're helping ourselves, it's being of use, and we're helping the client that needs tremendously that greater amount of energy to get back on their feet and keep living their lives. We have neonatal Reiki. This is a book of Dr. Uzui. Mari Hall wrote Reiki with Common Ailments and Reiki in Clinical Practice, a science-based guide from Anne Baldwin. So this is serious. Pamela Miles has ReikiInMedicine.org. It's a comprehensive guide published in 2006, but it's out of publishing now. You only find in used bookstores. Reiki.nu gives the positions of the hands when you apply. Reiki medicine, private to public to clinical, requires a new set of skills, responsibilities, structure of a session, time for the healing response, the ethics, informed consent, and we gather data. It's like Michelangelo receiving God and Adam getting the touch of the Heavenly Father. But we tune in such a special, delicate, fluid energy, and we, according to our thoughts and the client's thoughts, receives driven. It's a state of peace, relaxation, quietness. It's staying detached from what's happening, allows you to be a better observer as a Reiki practitioner. Developments, rapid balancing, response, most often relaxation, flexible delivery that adapts to any situation, spontaneous delivery. It requires no intention. I said, we can send Reiki to someone. I have a lady friend, and her mother were having, she was wearing that special feed bag, and she had a stress, and it was hurting the bottom where the fluid, the parenteral feed was having in. And she told me on a phone call, and I was sending her energy. 4 months later, I called to see how's everything. And I said, how's your mom? How is her parenteral bottom? Is it healed? Is she still having the need of it? She said, what? After we spoke, in less than 20 days, the doctor gave it up and she's eating through the mouth. I didn't say they need to avoid red meat, don't drink alcohol on the Reiki days, because I knew she was frail and she wouldn't be doing that stuff. But it does happen, it helps. And we are gathering data to prove to the scientific, oh, welcome. We are gathering specific scientific data to prove that Reiki as bioenergy is efficient and heals, and in comparison to other energy medicines and the other medicines that we all have on planet Earth. Hands-on makes the connection. It's bioenergy at your best. Measure the palliative effects. Of course, that's again, the energy moving. Patient care starts with staff care. Staff under-trained in self-care. Self-care is often not valued. This is Dr. Lêda Ohana on the up floor. She's giving Reiki, and that's a baby with the ama close to her heart. And emotions of patients in the hospital that are fear, anxiety, depression, overwhelmed, people are burned out, sadness. How does Reiki look? What does it feel like? We are going to describe. It's an energy that comes and settles everything in balance, in a harmonious state. It gives a demonstration. It's light. It's a gentle touch. It's not massage. 20-minute sessions in a hospital. Jerônimo Mendonça está aqui, a Jureminha. Often helpful full sessions. Self-treatment positions. 12 basic hand positions. Eyes, the jaw, back of the head, the throat, the chest, the upper belly, the low belly, the groins, shoulder to shoulder, the blade hug, reverse arms, mid-back and low back, the area of the sacrum. And this is what we do. We generally check if the person is very sensitive to touch. So we put the hands a little upwards, 1 inch upwards, the eyes. Do not put the hand like that. It's not a massage. We always have biofeedback. And in these sessions, all between the healer and the client, it's all confidential, because some people have harmonious effects, some cardiovascular, hormonal, immune systems, but also some people in visualize colors, smell scents, smell different fragrance, and that's all spiritual healing. Creates deep sense of well-being, increase optimism, positive attitudes towards life. We cherish the moment. We want to be our best today than tomorrow, and tomorrow better than today. And of course, today much better than yesterday, because these attitudes create a pattern of vibes, and your vibes is what you are. Positive attitudes towards life promotes greater ability to deal with everyday challenges and aids specifically burnout professionals. Counterattack synthesis and peace of mind, deeper thoughts, processes, aware of what is really matters in your life. Like we are living a pandemic. We could be taking off our hairs, but we must gather, meditate, and use Reiki for our own benefit, for family benefit, for the planet benefit. Easier to avoid distractions. We focus on tasks that must be done, and it facilitates decision-making abilities and promotes mental clarity. Reiki is not a religion. Practitioner may receive messages and images. Receiver may experience all spiritual sides, sense their connection to everything else, sense their own uniqueness in the world, but we are here to serve, not to be served. Feeling of expansiveness. This inner growth in things that you can purchase with money and things that are not even available in convenience stores. You start, Chokurei, you start doing things that really matters, that adds to you as a human being. We can bless our food, raising the vibrational level of the food, the mental cleansing, energy boost, harmonious stamina. You start forgiving much easier than before. We start acts of solidarity, love. We experience unconditional love because everyone offers their best. Sometimes their best is not our minimum, but we appraise, and God is also in that person. So we respect. The history of the Reiki. In pre-patriarchal India, Lord Krishna brought this into the planet and encoded in the human genes. Gautama Buddha discovered it. Jesus Christ was also trained in India. In late year 1800, Dr. Mikao Uzui rediscovered from an ancient Sanskrit Tibetan sutras. Dr. Shihiro Yahashi became a master in 1925 and initiated 13 masters. Miss Hawayo Takata received the mastership from Dr. Hayashi in year 1938. She trained 22 Reiki masters in North America and Canada. Paula Hora and William Wren did a lot of work in India on Reiki and trained several masters. Dr. Uzui did not see himself as a teacher. He made no claims of what he practiced. Others approached him and asked to learn, which he freely shared. So he was from Miyamacho in Yamagata County of the Gifu Prefecture in Japan. He was a Buddhist priest and a spiritualist healer. He was a descendant of the famous samurai warlord Toshitan Chiba. His family practiced martial arts. Thus, he studied Aikijutsu. Not being a Buddhist, he was also influenced by martial arts training, Shinto, Taoism, and Shugendo. His practice he called Kushu Shinren, and he developed this Reiki system. Reiki with Dr. Uzui was called Uzui Do, his way, Uzui Tate, and then hands-on. After he opened a screen, welcome Dr. Deepak. Schools like the Gakkai helped many of the poor, and even he aided earthquake victims in 1923 with this Kun energy, spreading the ability as a healer. Awarded Japanese government for his work with the earthquake victims. He died of a stroke in year 1926 at the age of 62, pretty young. He had two children, Fuji and Toshiko. And Mr. Ushida took over to be the president of the Uzui Reiki Ryoho Gakkai. And then the contrary versions, the Reiki mythos, Shizuru Yashaki was not the Uzui successor to his school, but he was a student and opened another clinic in Tokyo called Hawayo Takata. Hawayo Takata, she was visiting Japan from Hawaii. She lived in Hawaii. Her sister has passed away and she was in her funeral. And the doctors said that she needed urgent medical assistance. And she heard about Reiki. And she went to this clinic and she switched from patient into student. In year 1938, she had her master's. And then she came back to Hawaii where she lives. And she started her own clinic with her daughter's help. However, she didn't initiate other master until the year 1970. We don't know exactly why she needed that cocoon time for herself. But then when she started, she charged 10,000 grand for each mastering. She didn't allow her students not to take and not to take notice. They have to memorize everything. She was very rigid. But she said after Dr. Hayashi died, she was the only Reiki master in the whole world. And that's the simples and the principles of Reiki. Just for today, do not get angry. Do not get worried. Just for today, do not anger. Honor your parents, teacher, professors, senseis, and your elders. Earn your living honestly and show gratitude to everything. That's Dr. Uzui's principles. It isn't hard to do, but we must work and better ourselves each day. And that gives us strength for the next day. These are how Reiki works. Inside every human being, there is subtle systems, the nadis, the meridians, and every chakra that looks from the front and on the back. It goes directly from one side to the other. So it looks intellectual, emotional, and spiritual being. Reiki flows through these systems. In the Shushuma, the nadis of the flow of the energy. This is Mahavatar Babaji and also other very enlightened souls, Sri Yukteswar and Lord Krishna, and they are all there just to say to us, we can achieve that state. We can better ourselves, improve ourselves through solidarity, through charity, through looking in the eye and showing you matter. I worry about you. And we are all in the same planet. We are all one family. We are all one. So if key energy has its own force, shown as the aura that has colors, along the spine, these are the vortices that we call chakras. The flow of energy removes the blocks and balances chakras and increases chi. The chakras impact endocrine glands and results in healing. These are the endocrine glands and emotional intelligence that we mentioned earlier. The crown, it's intuition spiritually. The brow, forgiving, discrimination, emotional. The throat, the thyroid's communication to the world, collectiveness. The heart, the thymus, fearlessness, because God is in our DNA. We are strong. Solar plexus, the pancreas, contentment of what you have in your life. And your achievements. And treat everyone with respect. The sacral, gonads, aesthetics, and the root, the adrenals, the innocence. So we have the crown, the brow, the throat, the heart. The green one is here, the heart chakra, right behind me. Solar plexus, the splenic chakra, and the root chakra. All benefit from Reiki universal energy or bioenergy. This is the crown chakra, the color violet, white, physical top of the head. It's spiritually living in the now. What do you now know of mindfulness? Be grateful for what you have. If it's difficult times, be grateful because it could be even worse. So in the emotion issues, we discover the divine in us. And if one had lack of purpose, just look around, you'll find something to do. And with your inspiration, high values, and ethics, You be a better person. You look at the mirror and you love and you see God in you, because it's very true. You are here for a reason, and you are here for a change, and you are here to serve humankind in all aspects. The information stored in the crown chakra is magnetism and the emotion feelings. And the area of the government is the top of the head, midline above the ears. This is the ajna, the indigo, midnight blue color, center of the forehead. Action of ideas, inside, mind development. In the spiritual lesson, reality checkpoint, detachment, be an open-minded and have no prejudice at all. And when it's going dysfunctions, it gets brain tumors, strokes, blindness, deafness, seizures, spinal dysfunction, panic, and depression. The emotional issues of this is fear of truth, discipline, judgment, evaluation, the concept of reality. We must work it all to be at balance. It also has information inside the sacral chakra, seeing the clear picture, symbolic, literal wisdom, intuition, and mental facilities. The area of the body, it's the brain, neurological system, the eyes, the ears, the nose, pituitary and pineal glands. Now we have the throat chakra, colored blue, like Virgin Mary's blue. Throat, the neck region, learning to take responsibility of one's needs. The lesson we learn, surrender personal will to the divine will. What God wants me to do. What would God do in my place now? What he would want me to choose. So if you just switch to this paradigm, you will be well guided and you have always success in your path. When this chakra is out of balance, you have sore throat, mouth ulcers, scoliosis, swollen glands, thyroid, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, laryngitis, voice problems, gum or tooth problems. The mental and emotion issues of this chakra, it's your personal expression, your creativity. We must work it, and when having lack of authority, we ask God to bring us that in a soothed, clearing way, so we will not step on anybody's feet, but will work our path towards perfection that we all are going to achieve someday. In the samsara wheel, we'll go up, go up, go up. And the body governors, the throat, the thyroid, the trachea, the neck vertebra, mouth, teeth, gums, esophagus, parathyroids, and hyperthalamus. This is the heart. Oh, what a beautiful heart it is. It's the center of the chest. It's emotional empowerment. O Reiki está aqui. Spiritual lesson, forgiveness, unconditional love, letting go, through trust, compassion. When we are, this chakra is very developed, we are all love. We are pure as a lotus flower. And then we grow because that's God's presence in our lives. When we have a sudden imbalance, we have pneumonia, lung and breast cancers, heart conditions, asthma, and problems in the spine. The mental and the emotional issues are love, compassion, confidence, and inspiration from high above. And we work jealousy, anger management, and the generosity we need to be in this planet. First from our elders, because they said yes that we were born. So the sons and the daughters, we must obey our parents. We must look up them and we must provide for them. And that's all in this heart powerful chakra. And in the body, it governs the circulatory system, blood, lungs, rib cage, diaphragm, breast, esophagus, shoulders, and arms. And here's the sun, the solar plexus. The purpose is mental understanding and emotion of life, acceptance of our place in the life stream, self-love, self-respect. And when it's out of balance, we have stomach ulcers, intestinal tumors, diabetes. So we have our blood sweet because our surroundings are not sweetest. So we kind of take that into ourselves in a deeper sense. And we must have this chakra very well blessed and at harmony, because it deals with personal power, with conscious self, sense of belonging where you are, of knowing what you know. And you don't need to speak or hang a certificate on the wall, because it will come from you where you reached. And you cannot step on anyone, because everybody on the planet is having God's presence in their lives, in their DNA. They are all as sacred as we are. Area of the body government: upper abdomen, umbilicus to rib cage, liver, gallbladder, middle spine, spleen, and kidney, and adrenal roots. And now we go to the root chakra. Oops, I'm sorry. We go to the sacral chakra, the orange color. Lower in the navel, emotional connections, creativity, honoring relationships, leading to perfection. When it's out of balance, we have low back pain, sciatica, OBGYN problems, pelvic pains, libido pains, urinary tract problems. Mental and emotion issues: blame, guilt, money, sex, power, creativity, morality. We need to deal with all this with harmony, so we don't get fixed in one chakra. We all have them harmonized within our inner self. It regulates the stomach, the sexual organs, the upper intestines, liver, gallbladder, kidney, pancreas, adrenal glands, spleen, and middle spine. And then that's the root chakra. Its color is red. It's based on the spine. Kinesthetic feelings, movement, material world lessons. Lower back pain when it's out of its balance, sciatica, varicose veins, rectal tumors, depression, immune-related disorders. Mental and emotional issues, survival, self-esteem, social order. When inside, what's inside the root chakra? Familial beliefs, superstitions, loyalty, instincts, physical pleasure or pain. And the government of this root chakra is spinal column, kidneys, and the legs. The levels are: first, healer has to place hands on the body of the recipient. The first step towards using unlimited, wonderful healings of Reiki. The student is taught healing by hands-on method and giving attunements for this level. And here it's a beautiful image of the Hora, the Ajna, the Vishuddha, and all the other nadis, the Muladhara chakra, and how it goes to the manas and how it flows from the crown, the bindu, towards harmonious wellness, harmonious, continuous enlightenment. Level 2 works body, emotion, situations, and the souls. Because you can do plastic surgeries, but you cannot do a plastic surgery on the soul. That must be inner. You must need to work yourself and present yourself better for yourself and for God and for the planet, because we are one with the Mother Gaia. Clearing anxiety, depression, phobias. So we do work on meditations and mindfulness that we talked earlier, right? Increase our spiritual abilities, creation of congenial atmosphere at workplaces, and improvement of working. And we also can treat psychological problems. Level 3 in Reiki, polish well enhanced to healing ability. The Reiki master, the symbol is taught in this level, enabling personal development. The teacher level, as the meaning goes, the teaching. So you pass on the whatever you know. We have the first degree for self and others, proximity healing, the second degree, distance healing, the third degree, master healer, the fourth degree, master and teacher, and the fifth degree, the grandmaster. During the Reiki, what do we sense? Some people fall asleep, some warmth, cold, or a tingling sensation in the palms of the Reiki healer. Some gurgling sounds from the stomach, most experience reduction in pain. Some more sensitive people even have spiritual or visual experiences during these sessions. Every session given to the patient gives a session to the healer too, because we are channeling Reiki energy to someone and it goes from us. So we sense energy, we try to help blockages, clear an acupoint, clear a meridian, clear the chakra, clear the aura, we sweep the water. We speed up healing, we help calm, relax, reduce pain. It's a non-invasive help to body internals, work on an organ or a gland. Benefits of the Reiki: sleep disorders, system disorders, hormonal imbalance, depression, anxiety, and griefs. I know these benefits of Reiki. My Appa passed away on May 5th, and I worked Reiki bioenergy on my Ama and myself because we are very, very close. So I felt the harmonious, soothe energy calming us and knowing he will be in a better realm, and we all meet someday. Promotes creativity, improves memory, anti-aging, people look younger, calms and balances the emotions. Please don't tell anti-aging for the plastic surgeons, but Reiki does make you feel young. Increases intuition and outer multi-sensory abilities, and deepens the connection of yourself to a higher self. Helps the progression of spiritual growth, promotes feelings of contentment, of unconditional love and peace. Everyone is born with Reiki attunement, but it cannot be used unconsciously at will. The attunement is a process, activates the ability to transmute and to use the Reiki on your own will at any time. Reiki is not taught, but it's transferred from a master during an attunement process. This process opens the crown chakra, heart chakra, and the palm chakras, creating a special link with the Reiki universal source. The person receiving attunements become a Reiki channel for a lifetime. It doesn't matter if you pursue that as a career or you'll do that as pro bono, volunteer work, or he's going on a trip, and when he comes back, he decides, okay, let me go review the Reiki lessons. because it's already attuned in them. So sitting on a boat, someone sits beside and the person needs energy. It's attuned and the energy flows to somebody. He doesn't even know, but he's being used by the universe to heal. Reiki energy has intelligence. This is the medicine Buddha, and that's the energy that we manipulate to offer to our dear ones. The first level of attunement, learn healing as the history and the practice. The first degree teaches hand positions and allow Reiki to flow for self-healing and for healing others. You can heal your family, friends, as your own water, your pets, your plants, trees, even your food. After the attunement, yay! The Reiki master normally requests feedback after an attunement. How do you feel? Some people will report, I saw colors, I felt smelling pleasant, I felt the fragrance of an incense, I heard sounds, experienced deep peace. It's not that they're sick or they are on something. It's the natural matching with the universe. You and the universe become one. And then all these roars, these sounds are part of you. It's also okay not to feel anything. You have to trust your gut feeling. If the candidate wrongly is not sensing that he was attuned, has not taken place, to say you come some other day, but your attunement was done. Some people are more sensitive than others. They respond differently to the same medication. And Reiki as energy is also medication. Sometimes when I'm offering Reiki, I see someone is hurt. Oh, that's a burn. So while applying Reiki, I say, Arnica Montana on my mind. And it goes there in a form of energy. And it helps heal. This is a very important step at your own beliefs and strongly advised to do. Do not rush through attunements. Don't rush. Something in a rush is no good for us. We must reach this wellness, this well-being, this mindfulness that pleases us inner self that we can't buy at any convenience store. Is it a panacea? As you learn Reiki, you'll come across many people saying, oh, these are incredible stories. But none will absolutely know if they are true or if they are absolutely sincere. You have to be sincere with your own self and with God. If the person does not believe, we send our best vibes, and they may go. You will also learn that Reiki can cure health problems, past, in previous lives, in future, relationships, low self-esteem, monetary problems, career problems, fixed ideas, post-traumatic traumas, burnout professionals. Anyone can receive Reiki. To give Reiki, a practitioner must be attuned. Then they become a Reiki master with a sincere desire to learn Reiki by receiving these attunements from the universe. Healing touch is similar to Reiki, but does not include the formal attunements or doesn't work over distance like the prana healing. What's a session like? It's about 60 to 90 minutes. The environment should be comfortable, the temperature be good, dim the lights. It's hands-on treatment, clothes on. It's not a massage. Yes, Dr. Pullman, would you kindly, I'm just about to finish, okay? You'll have your time for a question. Please place it at the chat. Thank you. Enhances treatment if client has intents to heal. Accept the responsibility for own healing. Practitioner, always start with a prayer. connect with the client energetically through the Reiki energy. Prescribed sequence of hand placement from head to toe and then the back. Each hand placement about 3 to 5 minutes in each nadi. Practitioner varies time according to the need, may reveal cause of energy blockages. And the final sweep of the aura, and you offer water to the client and be open to adjust to changes. Reiki healing in the hands, we can be an angel, a magician, an Indian, a normal person, shaman, but the intensity in our heart-to-heart connection, our will of the other feeling better and healthier, this is what we need. We connect, we have our problems, and then God himself offered us through Reiki in this realm of calmness, peace, harmonious. And if it's not that yet, because the road is not over, the hand positions, we have to have respect. We are touching someone who is a God's presence on planet Earth too. Here, Shokorei, these are the hand positions. We'll have it at Reiki .nu. First degree, laying the hands in various positions, and then in the feet to smoothen the energy and the wiping motion, head to feet. And you slowly help after you complete. Some clients fall in deep sleep, some even snore. The code of ethics, our last utmost respect for our clients, for ourselves, for God that's giving us this opportunity of knowledge. And we must provide a brief oral written description, what happens during the session, so the person will be at ease and they will understand what's going on in their lives. And this is it. We must respect to be respected. We must educate ourselves to offer our best. We are on the world to serve. Humankind is our family. So the hands off in some areas, because we do not disrobe the person, number 11 there. Treatment is needed. We, with our utmost respect and with our confidence, we place our hands, and this person will receive Reiki energy. As we do with the homeopathy, we give them dots of hope, dots of harmonious respect and healing in waves of awareness. We must be a pillar to the community and embody what fully express the essence of Reiki. We have taken material, that's our, there's one more slide just for you. All intellectual property are from Dr. Rahul Jain and Dr. John KABAT ZINN from the Mindfulness practice, for inspiration for the educational purpose. The books we've seen, Reiki Clinical Practice, Hands of Light from Barbara Ann Brennan from NASA, Reiki at the 7 Chakras, your essential guide, Reiki Healer, a complete guide to the path and practice of Reiki, Reiki for common ailments, Voice of Babaji, Reiki for Life, the complete guide to Reiki practice, and Uzui, Dr. Uzui, the original Reiki handbook. Thanks for your precious time, your undivided attention, lots of love, light, and Reiki to everyone. Thank you for my co-host, Dr. Nikhil, that's been helping me because on stage 4 lung cancer, voice might fall off. And he was here to help me at all times. Bless your heart. Thank you everyone for your undivided attention. Thank you, Dr. Kavita.
That was beautiful, Regina. I really got into the deep state of peace and happiness like I did last webinar with meditation. And thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. And Dr. Nikhil, yeah, would you want to share your experience a little bit, please? You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Nikhil, please go ahead.
One of the things that I was brought my mind is how this will help us practice regarding to homeopathy. Now, if we go to the slide of most of as we go to the slides, we'll come to know that a lot of chakras are related to a lot of body parts.
And this basically will help in us getting an idea about where the core issue of the client or the patient might be located. This is one of the things that we can look forward and take away from this session as homeopaths, is to understand the process of healing as not just related to homeopathy, but to a lot of other factors as well, and much more when it comes to treating a patient. Because if a patient gives a pathology or a disease in a particular location, it is his body speaking his mind. So this is what I would take away from the I would take from the session, is how to help clients through understanding of the chakras and how the energy flows, and help them with homeopathy.
Yes, you're very right. It's this similarities that has to do, the person, for instance, has a heart problem, but in his mind, he can't stop the thinking. It goes like a train that never stops. So we must please peace to the mind and then treat the heart, because otherwise, Paramahansa Yogananda says, when you have silence in your mind, God speaks to you. So we must empty the mind to receive guidance from high above. So we treat what's bugging you more. And then they say, oh, it's a tummy ache. I have a terrible diarrhea every time I have a test at school. So you must study, practice, advance, and you won't have diarrhea on the day because you know everything that's supposed to need to be presented on the test. So you make people self-assured of their limitations, and you gradually help build a better person. But they need to want to change. It's a personal attitude. The healer must do their healing, but if the person does not want, what can we do? Hello again, you in the right sign that invaded my computer. Please, Dr. Nikhil, do you have other questions? There was a lady, there was somebody that raised the hand on the chat. The name is Puna Shablani. What was your questions? Puna Shablani.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Dr. Poonam. And
Hello.
I want to thank you for a very nice session.
Thank you.
And I would like to know, how do you deal with the patients in the hospital setup? Because all the 25 positions or the mantras, you cannot do it there. First, you relax the mind.
You do it internally. You do internally in the mind, because in the hospitals, in the clinical practice, there are other beds besides, so silence is required. But first, we are authorized by the head of the hospital to accept volunteer Reiki practitioners. And then you have your team or 2 or 3 people that goes with you, and you split in 3 beds. But the mantras that you do in your mind first, but if you are at home sending to the patient in the intensive care, you can sing the mantra in your home. There won't be a problem. You adjust the scene.
I also used to do the Reiki in the hospital, but I used to carry my small Walkman or the mobile that I used to plug in the ears of the patient and just tell them to relax whatever they want to hear, and I just put in their ears so that they should also cooperate.
How nice.
And then only the result can come in a proper way.
Yes, very well. That's very good.
I've seen the miracles with Reiki.
That's true. We would like you to share an example of your hospital Reiki session. Can you share with us, please?
I would like to share in near future.
Okay.
I will share in near future. Don't worry. I will give my. I have written the some also with my experiences. I will share all that thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaste.
And Dr. Deepak and Dr. Sweta, do you have any more questions or any questions in the chat, please?
Hello, Regina ma'am. How are you? It was really wonderful to learn about the Reiki, because I have no experience about this method of science, but I heard many times from my patient, and one of my patient is also doing this type of Reiki. And when I was in a headache, she was doing for 10 minutes from their home, and it was really wonderful that I had a relief in few seconds. But I'm really not having any other experience other than myself. But every sciences have a logic, and every science have the big things, but we are just going to understand the things. So this is really wonderful that I learned today about the Reiki from you. So this is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was healed your headache because she was using the universal energy towards you. It's like a beam of light that you focus to the ones you want, you love, that needs. You send here in Rio de Janeiro, in South America, Brazil, we are having group of Reiki people that are sending to the COVID patients in all hospitals. So we at 6 p.m. every day, every 2 days, we send to the hospitals, to the clinics, and to even to prisons that are having COVID problems. So we are doing what we can with our energy in the secrecy of our homes, but with the knowledge that we are working with high powerful energies that are also in the simillimum, simillimum curantur, in the homeopathy realm.
Yes, and from that we learn that we are connected from each other by the waves or by the energy. So much.
Absolutely.
For explaining this type of science. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Deepak. Thank you very much.
And Dr. Sweta, do you have anything?
This is really a very nice session, ma'am. Thank you for sharing this with us. And I had one question. Is this Reiki is similar to mesmerism?
Well, mesmerism, you are like mesmerized, you are appalled to a situation. And your energy goes, woo! The Reiki is a guided energy flow to the Shushumas, to the Nadis, to the Chakras. And this physical, because we are spiritual people living in a physical realm, in a planet, in a school planet. So we are in ourselves, we're spirits, but we are guiding this physical body to be a better person and to evolve towards light. Reiki offers the harmonious universal energy throughout the nadis and the chakras. The mesmerization, it's when the sudden happens, you are mesmerized and you're connected to that. It can be a good thing, sometimes a shock thing. Once I saw a bus hit a horse. I was on the front seat. It was about 6 years for me to delete that image because I love horses. I bought one when I was 6 years old. And then it was with psychological ailments that I had deleted that image. Today, to think about that, I must make a great effort. Thanks God. So you're very correct on mesmer, and the Reiki is maybe on the same field, but acts different because it acts through the nadis, the shushuma, and the chakras. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering my question. It is really wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And anyone, Dr. Nikhil or anyone in the chat,
I would,
question.
I would like to add to this a question of mesmerism and.
He's picking up the hard questions now to prove I have studied. Oh, yes.
See, mesmerism is a very different process in Reiki. First, although both of them may involve energy, but the word mesmerism is very closely related to something sort of a hypnosis or something. It can be an image or event that sticks. It may not always be a passing of hand. It's the connection between mesmerism, the connection between the client and the a person who mesmerizes is completely different from a Reiki practitioner and a client. Like Regina said, that mesmerism may be positive or negative. Now, with this, I would like to bring your attention to what Dr. Attunemen has written in the 6th edition of Organon about mesmerism practice. He has actually mentioned about healing passes and how it should go, and that is a type of mesmerism he's talking about. As controlling of in the later aphorisms of Organon, he actually mentions this practice because he related it to a lot of energy manipulations, and so he speaks about mesmerism over there. But Reiki is, kindly do not confuse the two. Reiki is completely different from mesmerism, and it is not related. It's completely.
And Dr. Nikhil is a great hypnotherapist. Good question, Dr. Sweta. We will bring him again.
Yes, for sure.
All right. And thank you so much once again, Regina, for sharing this wonderful presentation on Reiki. And everything is energy, as Albert Einstein says, everything in the universe. And I do not know if you have heard the paper remedy. Like anytime, if you do not have the remedy and the client is far away, this is practiced in different ways, where you write the name of the remedy. This is when you do not have the remedy in hand and you need to send the healing. So you write the remedy and put it on the top of it, put a glass with water, and then stir 100 times, like stir it. So it is you're giving the remedy, whichever we have written, to the water and ask the client to take. So it still works. a couple of them have noticed that they felt good. So energy is everything. And Regina, as you were saying that, well, when you're talking about chakras, I remember the color and sound remedies of Ambika waters and the homeopathic way of administration. So I use them in my practice as supplements, and we will talk more about this in another session. So I will just end this one. If you are all good with if you have any more questions, we can take. Otherwise, we will end the session with the upcoming events. So JHC 2020 Virtual Global Pandemics and Pain Conference, which is in June 12th to 14th. And Kim has presented a beautiful short video about, promo video about that one on May 28th. And it is also available on our website. They can check, and please, registration is still open. And I will be speaking at the JHC conference on effective pain management in ENT diseases. And our KABAT Homeopathy Study Group is organizing on June 2nd with Dr. Yashka Arora. She will be talking about Tarantula cubensis, a historical remedy. And we have on June 6th, Dr. Adil Chintanawala. He speaks about homeopathy in cardiology. So stay tuned to our future webinars, and for more information, visit kavitakihomeo.com, or you can email us at KHA@gmail.com. And any more last questions or anything, please. Regina and everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Regina, are you there?
Yes. No, I think she has left.
Oh, she got disconnected. Okay.
One more thing, speaking of aphorisms, it is aphorism number 288 in the 6th edition of Organ of Medicine, where Hahnemann speaks about mesmerism and animal magnetism.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nikhil, for giving us, reminding the Organ of Medicine, the aphorism, and good questions we have. So we got all of those, and thank you all, and thank you my team for this, for helping and making this wonderful session. And see you all on June 2nd. Until then, stay healthy and happy. Bye to everyone.